What's up, everybody? Mr. OG Games here. Big shout outs to Mego, Rui Fernandez, Criselda Mostert, and Steven Ton. I appreciate the support. And yes, I'm still alive and I'm still kicking. My apologies for going 14 or 15 days without a video. But as you know, life can happen. And work, well, it's just been overbearing lately, but hopefully things will get back in order and check so I can get back on a routine here very, very soon. But to pick up where we left off, today we're gonna make some Colossus moves and talk a little bit about the Colossus. I know I get a lot of questions about what would be the first Colossus to start with. What avenue would I take? So we're going to review that a little bit, but we're going to also make, if my calculations are correct, a pretty big change today. So let's take a look at the Colossus. Right now, my Cav Colossus is at a level 121 and Archer is at 90. Now, let's check out the Colossus skills real quick. For the Archer, I've got reduced damage from angels, HP boost, damage increased against infantry, and that's pretty much where I'm at. Taking a look at the Cav Colossus, damage increased against angels, attack boost, reduced damage from archers, reduced damage from mages, but at 130 we can get army damage. Army damaged increased by 8.8%, and that's the goal. I want to take the Cav Colossus from 121 and bring it up to 130 because, as you know, damage is key in War and Order. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to have to take away some from the Archer. Now, the sacrifice that I will have to make, if my math is correct, it'll take me down from level 90 down to level 70. I'm hoping not lower if I got what I got. Now, that will cause us to lose damage increased against infantry, which is a pretty good thing. I mean, damage increased against anything is good. A lot of people still run infantry. Now, I do have a way of making that up a little bit. We go over here to the old Zelda, take a look at the setup. I do have anti-infantry, which does give me, 13.3%. So when that's equipped, I'll get that back and more. Now, granted, right now, when I equip this, I have even more against infantry. So I'm going to take a little bit of a sacrifice there. But it must be done. Because the whole army damage at 8.8% is just crucial. That's for every troop. Every troop. Not just one, but every. So that is definitely a must. Now, just a couple questions to review before we actually start taking away some of these from my Archer Colossus, and that would be, most people ask, which one do you start with first? Do you start with a front row, whether it be a Cav or an infantry Colossus, or do you start with a back row, whether it be Archer or Mage? And in this game, front row and having front row HP is pretty crucial. The better the front row, the more HP they have, the more hits they can take, the longer they can stay up front, gives your back row that much more of an opportunity to do damage as well. So there is a couple ways of looking at it. Right now, if you were to take this to 50 on your front row, you get the attack boost at 5.4. Okay, so if you focus on your front row Colossus, Once you get to 50, you will get the attack boost, okay, for your back row troops. And of course for your front row as well, because it's all units. Now, if you were to focus, say, on archer or mage, your first would be, when you get to 50, would be your HP boost for all units, which will in turn help your front row. So you can look at it as either way. If you're just starting out and you're building up, if your tech is already good for your front row troop, then sure, start with your back row troop, because you can see your stats. You can increase damage against the infantry, cavs, mages, or if you're doing a mage against archers, switch that with the mages. Of course, you can raise your attack and so forth. If you're starting with your cavs or your infantry, of course you can take less damage, okay, from archers or mages. So it really is a difficult question to tell you which one to start with. Once you do have two, I would always probably focus primarily on your cav or infantry Colossus, and then make your back row secondary, in my opinion, after 50. Now, let's get to what we came here today for, and let's reset the old archer. And I'm hoping that I really do have enough to get me to where I need to be. The focus here, if we look at it, let's see, ancient relics. I'm just a handful away of ancient relics anyway from going up one level. But if we look at the Titan crystal, as you can see, it's astronomical at this level. So what I'm going to focus on is first and foremost cavs taking less damage from archers and mages, and then the cav HP and cav defense. They're going to be my primaries. The cav attack, yes, a front row attack, it helps, but the HP and the cavs taking less damage is going to be my primary focus. Once again, staying in the battle longer with your front row is going to give your back row a more opportunity and long time to kill the enemy before they kill you. So let's go ahead over here to the archer. Let's reset it. I'm gonna get quite a bit. I don't think I'm gonna get what I need. I don't, but let's try it anyway. Okay, there we go. All right, with that reset, let's go back over to the Colossus. Now, we need 9 levels. How does one gain 9 levels the best way? Okay, if we go to, let's see, that's 747 is 15. That's gonna, I can only really only twice. Okay, so that has to go up, and that has to go up. That's already there. That's already there. And then I'll have to raise that up, and that's already there. The relics might get me here. The relics may get me to where I'm gonna be a little bit short. Okay, so let's see. Let's do what we know we can do. Let's go ahead and fortify that. Okay, that gives us only 8 to go. We're gonna go ahead and pump another one in that as well. 7 to go. Let's do this. Let's advance that. 6 to go. 5 to go. Woo! And then let's see if we go back over here real quick. I'll just show you. Okay, so I'm gonna have just enough. We'll be able to do it. Okay, so we've got now calves take less damage from mages and calves take less damage from archers raised up. I will go a little higher on the cav HP. That takes us to 126. There we go. We're raising it up now. I'm not going to focus as much on cav attack, but we are going to bring that up to where we can play there. 3 more levels. Let's see. This is where I'm going to debate. We're going to go ahead and take care of this one. And 2 more. Where do I want to squeak these out? Cav HP is indeed a pretty big deal. But taking less from mages is a pretty big deal also. Man, decisions. Not many people run archers. Let's go ahead and do one more. Let's see, one more level. Let's go ahead and put that in. Let's go ahead and put that in. Let's go ahead and take the cav HP up. That's 3,000 though. I want to save a little bit more for the archers, because I do want to bring it up to 70, and that's going to be really, 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 really close. I don't think I'll be able to make that, but the amount needed to bring that back up to 70 is going to be a little more obtainable than keep saving up for the cav at this high. So one more. We'll go ahead and put it in here, and that'll be it. That'll take us to 130, and I can always move these numbers around. I will run this a little bit to kind of see where it helps me, where it doesn't help me, what's going to benefit me, and I can play with this. But the cav HP, I really like the cav HP. And then of course the taking less damage from mages, that's going to hold me in against a majority of players as well. So if we take a look at it, there we go. Army damage, an additional 8.8%. Very nice. Now, poor little archer. Now, before I did all this, he was straight across the board, level 15 across the board. So, of course, we have attack. You have HP, which I'm not going to focus a whole lot on. Defense, once again, not focus a whole lot on. But I'm going to focus on increased on mages and all these on the infantry and the calves. Okay, so that's where I'm going to focus on. I don't know how far we'll get. The Titan crystal's not the problem, it's the relics, as you can see. Okay, so that's 5, 5, and 5. Yeah, I'm going to be way short just because of the relics. But that's okay. I will get them back very soon. In just a minute, we'll check the bag as well. See if I have any more that I have forgotten to convert. Let's see. We'll go ahead. Archer attack. Then we're going to come back over here. We're going to advance that. Let's see. And we're going to, how much have we got? 15. 15 is another 30. Ooh, man. Let's do this. Let's advance that. Let's advance that. Okay, now I'm pretty much to where I'm not going to be advancing anymore. Let me do something real quick before we come back to that. Tell me I got some in the bag. I don't. Sometimes I can go ahead and get that. I don't even know if I can get any frags here. I don't know if I've probably already spent those. Of course I did. But we'll get those back pretty easily because I can get some right here, as you can see. Another 15 this week. So we'll get it. We'll get that back up pretty quick. But let's go ahead and see how high we can get it. We're only at 20, and I don't think we're going to be able to get much higher. Let's go ahead and get what we've got here. Like I said, we got plenty of Titan crystal for the lower level. That's not the problem. It's just more so the relics now, which I'll be able to get those pretty quickly though. Honestly, they'll come pretty quick. Let's go ahead. Because right now, see, we can't advance any more than what we can. Can't advance any more than what we can. And I'm going to be stuck until I get some relics, it looks like. Because right now, you can see, we're tapped out. We're tapped out across the board. But once I get, I don't know, 200-300 relics, I'll be able to bring this right back up to 50. And with the Titan crystal that I do have, I'll be able to take this. Once I get the relics up, I'll be able to bring this back up pretty high, and probably get it close to 70. I've got the Titan crystal is not the problem. I got the crystal. It's going to be the relics, and I'll get that taken care of here pretty soon. Matter of fact, yeah, let's not do that, though. I was going to do something, but we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So that's where we're at right now. 130, and right now sitting at 45, but we'll be back to 70 in about a week and a half, 2 weeks tops, and he'll be back up to where that is at 70, to where I can go ahead and get the HP boost after the reduced damage from mages. So that's going to be a big help. Big help. If we go in, let's take a look at some details real quick. Scroll down. Army damage right there, 17.6%. It's going to be much better in a total hit, and I'm kind of interested to see what I'll do with my next few hits with the army damage gain of 8.8%. It's probably going to fare out pretty well. I do know that I lost a lot of archer attack. You can see I'm only down to 306 now, which honestly still isn't bad. I mean, 306 archer attack still isn't bad. No buffs on, nothing like that. But I'll get that pump back up. That percentage will come back up. And then the little bit, the 5.4% I did lose on the HP because of that, which once you unlock and get to 70 as well. So that'll come back as well if we go and visit the Cav. HP is at 303 now. So that will come back up another 5.4% once we get the archer back at 70. So there you have it. Much needed progress in the damage department, and I'll be sure to let you guys know exactly how big of an influence it is on my attack. But as always, if you guys liked the video, smash the thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, y'all keep gaming, and I'll see you in the next one.